Closer to you. Mic placement.
These are the cutest mics. These are so precious.
They are designed to bring out your cuteness.
Oh my god.
Whoa. I hear ya. I hear you right there.
We'll turn it down a little bit, don't worry.
Okay. This is so cool.
Chicken 1 2 coming in for takeoff, and we're clear for takeoff here on the Bon Bon Snook podcast here with my special co-host Ohl.
Hello.
And we have a special guest today.
Oh my goodness.
And it's Mother Mary.
Oh my god.
Mother Mary.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much for joining us today here at the Nook. We're outside. The birds are chirping. The sky is blue, and there's mysterious rain coming from a blue sky.
This guy.
I love
or it's this guy. So we're just we're sitting here with our dear friend Mother Mary. She was so kind to join us on this episode, and it's been a little bit since we've recorded a podcast. What has it been, like a week and a half?
It's been far too long.
Far too long.
In real time,
Yeah.
it's been about a week and a half.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting back to it. And Mary, what have you been up to? What are you excited
Where
about?
have you been?
Oh, wow. What have I been up to? Where have I been?
And what are you excited about?
What am I excited about?
3 questions.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited for this Friday because I signed up for a clay class at the clay station in the Whitaker in Eugene. And I've been on this search for a while now to find the perfect mug. And so I've been going to the Saturday market and walking up to different vendors and asking them questions and seeing different styles and gathering information. And then I was like, you know what? I just want to make one. And so I put down the big bucks.
Yep.
And I'm so excited for that. Yeah, 2-month course every Friday. And I will have my mug, and that's something I'm excited about.
I love the name Clay Station for some reason. I just like that.
Is it Clay Station or Clay Space?
It's Clay Space.
Oh, Clay Space.
Disclaimer, you might want to fact check some of the things that I say.
I like Clay Space too, but I like Clay Station better. I think they should change it.
Says the guy wearing the train station shirt.
And the conductor hat.
Everything's about a station.
Aww.
Some sort of train.
I love it.
Play station. Situation station. But anyways, Silver goes to that space.
Yeah,
So,
shout out to Silver.
Shout out to Silver.
You just
We
got a
love you,
shout out Silver from Mother Mary herself. Oh my gosh, that's gotta feel really good. I kind of wish I was Silver. I wish I was Silver a lot of times, but I wished I was at that moment. She's one of our biggest fans. And speaking of biggest fans, I feel like we have simultaneously one of our biggest fans of the podcast, Mary, and one of the most famous people I know in the entire Lane County, Mother Mary.
What?
That's my perception.
I think you're a bit of a celebrity around these parts in the PNW, in the music scene. A lot of people know you.
Love you.
Yeah. So it's an honor.
Wow. Love you guys so much. Yeah, I'd also like to acknowledge that I have some allergy things happening right now, and my voice is a little raspy and a little bit of snifflage, so bear with me.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
I feel comfortable and safe and held and loved right now by you both.
So sweet.
Oh.
And in general. Yeah.
That's good.
Can you maybe explain what that feels like? What the conditions are for you to feel safe and comfortable in the space you find yourself in?
Yeah, well, you spoke to it on your last podcast as something that you were incorporating as a practice, which is just being more intentional in like relaxing your body. And that is a huge pillar for me in my experience, is just like I have a very, very good sense of body awareness. And so when I have tension it can only be there for so long before I need to do something about it. So yeah, feeling relaxed in my body, and if I'm not feeling relaxed, then there's probably a reason, and then I address the reason. But also just there's a tangible feeling of I feel loved. I can see it in your eyes while you're looking at me right now.
He's good at that.
Yeah, you both are. It's the thing. I just like...
It's contagious.
Yeah, it's true. You know, like when you feel seen by someone, like really seen, like I feel you guys, it's like you know me. Even if you don't know all these things, like I feel connected, and I'm sure there's many reasons, part of which is that you're connected with yourselves. So we're able to connect on that deeper place of being connected humans.
Connect and reflect. Yeah. The beautiful reflections that happen when people are connected. Yeah.
I'm feeling like we're almost like sharing a heartbeat right now.
It's got to be the round table.
Yeah, I was
the circle.
I'm gonna say all these chords. Maybe we have like an umbilical cord of chords that are
we're linked to these.
You should get a table that is like gives like a heartbeat.
Oh, okay.
What if we were able to like the ground was
table?
just like pulsing, which it is.
I like it.
Actually,
I
if our senses are tuned to that, it's like the ground is pulsing. I was earthing yesterday and really just feeling this like pulse sensation in my feet. And I was like, thank you, Mother. Thank you, Mama. Like you're giving me some vital energy right now. And I know you have, you do that every day.
I love earthing. I do it every day. I did it when I visited my parents.
And desert.
And they had like a little lawn that I went and earthed on, a green lawn in the desert, of course. But I always like to, I've integrated the practice of being like intentionally like, thank you, Mother, at the end of every earthing that I do. And it feels really good. I'm looking at the Love Your Mother sticker on your water bottle.
I love that.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's cool. I feel like I earth often just in my day-to-day and how I operate and the things that I do. Like I went on a hike the other day with my friend. Shout out to Doron. And I was barefoot just because I enjoyed doing that. And sometimes my legs will get sore in a certain way, and it just feels like I need to take my shoes off and it'll solve my problem. And it does. And I'm not necessarily intentionally like, okay, I'm going to earth now, but what happens when we do add that element, it's just like when we're interacting with plants or something, like a different type of tea, and we're like, hey, connect. Hello, plants. Like, please, Mullen, connect with my respiratory system and help me clear the cobwebs, and just saying hello and acknowledging the life there. And same with you with your earthing and saying thank you, Mother. Like it just takes it to another level.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm very much a stationary earthing person. Like I just have my chair, that's my destination. That's like I don't walk, my feet are, I have such house feet that I'm not gonna like be walking around.
He's a house cat.
I'm a house cat.
I'm a house cat.
So having the destination chair that I know I can go put my feet on the direct ground, like directly on Mother Earth, that's what's helped me. And then it's very stationary, but I'm like meditating and connecting, and I just feel this instant sense of like, when I put my feet on the ground, and it's just like instant. And I do feel like it's a recharge station, like I'm being recharged. And since I started doing it, I've just had way more consistent energy through the day, just by doing it like once in the morning, once at night for like 15 minutes to 20 minutes or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mary, I loved what you said about it's not necessarily like you set time aside to like go and do this earthing practice more. It's like just part of your lifestyle is just have your feet connected raw to the ground, to the earth. And I just love that. I love that maybe, I don't know, for some people, at least in my journey, it's, setting aside time to do stuff like that. And then if I show up enough times that eventually I don't have to think about setting a time aside. It just becomes part of my DNA at that point. I think that's what you've done with that. So your relationship to the mother is just really so beautiful and
seamless.
inspiring and seamless.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's just so true.
Thank you. Yeah. True. Yeah.
So that's what we do on this podcast. We try to practice adoration for the mother, for each other, because we're from the mother. We are part of the mother.
It goes back to the mother.
It's always the mother. Love your mother. Thank you for turning that so I could see that. That's so cool.
For any listeners who can't see what's going on right now,
And they
Mary
can't.
just turned the water bottle.
Oh, I like this. Yeah.
Whoa, that was an
Mary's got
impersonation,
the-
I think, of
Yeah, the play-by-play.
It was
The
a
play-by-play. We got mirroring impersonations happening.
Who's who?
Going around. Yeah, who's who?
Oh
It's
my
the group
God.
line
Who's
now
who?
at this point.
Okay, I have a question.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so how do you pronounce your name?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm resisting calling you out in certain moments. Like I wanted to give you a shout out earlier when you were saying, that was so nice to hear Silver's shout out. Like I was like, I wanted to give it to you, but I was like, Ohl?
Ohl.
Ohl.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Ohl.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mother Mary.
Ohl, and it's OHL.
Yeah.
Ohl.
One happy life.
One happy life, OHL.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And one day, it's one of the easiest things you could say once it clicks. It could literally just be like opening your mouth and going, "Oh," or you don't even need to open your mouth actually. Oh,
I like it's minimal effort.
it's minimal effort, and I think when people try to put effort into it, it doesn't sound quite right. It's like, oh,
Yeah, it convolutes it. Keep it simple,
but once
minimal
you
effort.
get it, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Something very primal, going back to the
Guttural.
guttural. Yeah, guttural. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh. It comes from the deep parts of yourself.
It's a deep primordial part.
I really believe that one day I'm going to find some sort of like lineage of that name. Right now I haven't there's nothing that backs it. There's nothing I can find online that backs that it's a name or anything that it even is a thing. And so I hold faith that one day I'll meet someone and say that's my name, and they'll kind of be shocked by it. They'll be like, "What?" And then I'll be like, "Yeah, that's the name I go by." And they'll be like, "Come with me," and we're gonna go down to these catacombs.
Show you your lineage.
We're gonna go down to these catacombs underneath whatever city I'm in at that time, which is gonna be somewhere probably strange already. And we go underneath, and he takes me to this big book. He opens it, right to the page where he's like, "Look," and it's just a picture that looks a lot like me. And I've just
That's
held
amazing.
that vision for a while.
That's very
I
detailed.
am there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you brought us
We'll
there.
see it.
Yeah.
And then the journey begins.
Cuzzy.
Oh, the journey begins.
The journey begins. What's Ray up to? If you don't mind, ask. It's okay if you don't want to talk about
I
it.
don't mind at all. Ray's at school. He's very excited because it's Wednesday, and that means that the chicks are coming back. They have been in the process of incubating some eggs, and they have 4 that have hatched, and a teacher took them home for a few days, and then they're bringing them back today. So he was really excited to go to school. Yeah.
Oh, it's so sweet. I bet that's really fun. Seeing the chicks hatch and all that.
Yeah. This morning he was like, maybe the teachers named them. What do you think that they're going to be named? And I just went down a list of names, and he's like, Mom, there's only 4. I'm like, fine. He's like, how about Pee-Pee? Like,
Pee-Pee.
I said...
Yeah. How about it?
Oh, God.
That's a good little chick name.
Yeah, Pee-Pee.
Peepers.
Peepers.
I had a friend who
peep.
had chickens, and he named them like baklava and bok, and just like a long list of
Wolfgang.
names. Yes.
Very unlikely chicken names.
Yeah, I was like, I don't
Mozart.
get that. Yeah. Yeah. So.
I'm just thinking about what you shared earlier about how much Ray loves animals and just living creatures in general. Like I can't even fathom how excited he actually is for this day to see those baby chicks.
Yeah.
They're hatching today, or they've already
hatched. Yeah.
pee.
Pee-pee.
Oh no, pee.
Pee-pee's peeping.
Pee-pee's
Aw.
he's going beep.
And he's like, Mom, we talk to them. We talk to
course.
them when they're in the classroom so that they'll recognize our voices. And, you know, he just, feels that sweet connection. And, yeah, he's an animal kid. And it started when he was super into dinosaurs when he was 2. He went by the name Baby Chomp for a whole year and a half.
Baby Chomp.
Yes. And if somebody said, hey, Ray, he'd say, the name's Chomp. Like straight up for a year and a half.
Funny.
I was like, Mom, Dad, please respect his wishes to be called Baby Chomp. I know it's silly, but like he was adamant. It was important to him. And yeah, he really loved dinosaurs, and he was not about carnivores. He only really loved the omnivores, plant eaters, omnivores, right?
Herbivores.
Herbivores.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just kind of evolved from then. Just deep love for animals. Won't eat meat. He doesn't. He doesn't like hurting. He doesn't like seeing other beings get hurt, you know. He just really feels it. He really he cares.
Oh, sensitive fella.
A very, very sensitive fella.
Yeah.
It's a special fella.
Really special.
Yeah, that sensitivity that's a superpower, I think,
Yeah.
and something that a lot of us, myself, for most of my life, if not a lot of it, most of it, I don't know, maybe even now, like it's we are such a desensitized culture, and so I've been on that, like, just not feeling anything, and so I'm just really happy to hear that there's a human coming up with this hypersensitivity, and there's a community to hold that too, and that's really special.
Yeah.
Support that.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. I was gonna say I can feel Ohl's sensitivity as he looks at me when I'm talking. I can feel the love through your eyes and your heart. Just like I can feel your sensitivity and your care, and with you as well, with most of the people that I feel close with. And yeah, I feel so held as a mother in community with that feeling, and I feel people also nurturing Ray's qualities, you know, that need to be in this world. He's here, we're here in service, you know. I mean, if I'm not here to make this world a better place, what am I doing?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking, Bon?
I'm curious to ask both of you what you're most excited about with community in Eugene right now. Like, what's happening with community? It just seems like there's stuff going on every week. Like there's really cool events that people are doing every week here. Like there's a momentum of some sort happening. Is there anything that stands out right now?
I mean, for sure. Yeah, I do feel a deepening happening. I personally have been going to ecstatic dance every Tuesday for over 15 years. Not every Tuesday, but at least, like, most weeks, at least once a week for a long time. And with this current iteration of ecstatic dance in Eugene, it's been really cool to see people come in and then watch their experience and my experience evolve and change. And I recently visited Williams, Oregon, which is a very dear place in my heart and very special community to me and Ray. And I noticed that I have cultivated such a feeling of safety in Eugene at dance that I am like fully letting my freak flag fly and like feel very comfortable expressing myself. I feel very safe, like whatever wants to come through. And in the Williams community, I have these very deep connections, and yet I don't feel like I've cultivated that as much. And so I was feeling a lot of appreciation for the safety I feel within this community and how I've been seen by so many people in my rawest expression. And that just ripples out, you know, because ecstatic dance is one regular thing that's happening. But then, like you said, there's events and gatherings happening, and we get to talk and connect in other ways. And feel that.
And I feel like we need, like, one of the reasons ecstatic dance is so important is because it's a non-verbal space, and to go into non-verbal spaces with a group of people is so special and needed. But then it's bringing that balance of like, how do we actually talk and connect, because we're always in this non-verbal container with ecstatic dance. So it's cool when there's events that are adjacent to the dance community events that help us connect and talk and deepen those relationships that sometimes you can only deepen through conversation. Like, there's just different ways to connect, and so it's nice to be able to start to get more holistic with it, where it's like we're connecting on the dance floor, and then we're also connecting off the dance floor.
Yeah.
It's so powerful, and there's people that come through to Coalescence that are just like, you know, I've danced in all these different places, and this one's got something very special. They recognize it.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a down-to-earth nature. It's not performative. People don't seem to be in their egos. It's like people are very just like open, non-judgmental, and that container is very strong. And that's been cultivated thanks to Paul Deering.
That's what I was going to say.
Shout out to Paul Deering.
Yep.
Thanks to the people that started it, that were there in the beginning too, and he's carried that through. Like, there's a whole lineage of Coalescence, and just really grateful for it. It's a special, important, it's like a cornerstone of my feeling of connection to community in Eugene is definitely Coalescence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll never forget when I first went to Coalescence in Eugene 2012 at the Vets Club, and I just remember thinking, this is going to change the world. This is going to change the world.
Yeah.
Not necessarily just the Eugene dance, but just creating safe spaces in different communities where we can authentically express. And we're just like refining that. I feel like Eugene has done a pretty good job at refining a safe container and, you know, covering all the bases. So, yeah. And I still believe that it's changing the world.
I feel the one thing about ecstatic dance that's hard for people is to break through the initial blocks and stories they have about it, about going and showing up. But once they do that, the people that show up and are able to drop all that, it's just life-changing. Like, over and over, I'll hear people say like just how amazing their experience is, but they had to get through that initial blockage or whatever it was that was preventing them from showing up.
For sure.
So it does take a little work in the beginning. There's a little investment there.
Oh, yeah. It's like, whoa, this is so weird. Why do I keep coming back? And like, how are they dancing so freely? How do they do that?
Yeah.
You know, just so in my head. And sometimes that still happens, but I have, cultivated.
Same here. Yeah. It's through practice.
Yeah,
It's just like you keep showing up to it, and it just gets more natural to not be in your head. Because you get that instant feedback, like, oh, just went into my head. Okay, am I dancing? I'm trying to do partner dancing with someone. I just like completely dropped it.
Yeah.
So I'm in my head now.
They can see me thinking.
It's like, yeah.
I'm moving all awkward.
This is a place where
Everybody knows. Everybody's looking at me. Oh, God.
it's a place where thinking is not rewarded. Just being is rewarded. Being authentic is rewarded, but not thinking.
Such a beautiful practice.
Yeah.
Such a beautiful practice. I'm really resonating with this activity is going to change the world. And then I felt more so like relating it to my world, my own personal internal world, and how it changed that dramatically. And in my experience, it was quite an unfolding of continuing to show up despite the blockages, despite the fears, despite the expectations and the pressure of what I was putting on myself, and dancing through that, showing up and then dancing through that. And the practice is the other layer of the practice is like staying connected to my heart while that's happening. And that still kind of means dancing by myself, dancing with my eyes closed until I reach that space. And then I think also it's like once I develop the discernment of when I'm dancing not in my heart versus when I am in my heart, that's another really important development in that process. And then to speak about Paul and his teachings around contact improv. I had never gone to somatic lab because it's still like all fairly new to me within the last year or two, but he did a little mini one before the cacao dance, and I just thought it was so powerful. It started off with the slow contact and just like feeling my heart, feeling myself connected, my movement connected to my heart, and then sending that to the other person and feeling there. And it's like this crazy cyclical heart transference exchange. It just felt so deep. And then I was like, it clicked. I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. Because like, you know, as a person who comes in, sees all these people having so much fun, connecting, contact improving, it's like, I feel totally natural to be like, oh, I want that. How do I get that?
Right.
You know, how do I get to that point? And so realizing like, oh, like start slow, you know, and stay connected to your heart. When you're not connected to your heart, it's, you know, then you can take a step back, you know? So it's really beautiful. And then to know like everyone who's doing this right now, the reason it's looking so good and so free and so wild is because they're doing that practice.
Wow.
That's why that container's so powerful, man.
That is so clearly articulated. I love hearing it said that way. Wow. That talks about the dynamics that are actually happening so clearly.
It's crazy. It's bonkers.
It is. And when initially I was a little envious, you know, and had some like, and it manifests in a weird way for me where I was like, oh, those people are weird that are doing the contact improv. What are they doing? And like, it was really because I wanted to be doing that.
Always.
And so once I was able to break through, and now I'm like, oh, it's great. Yeah. Now, you know, but so I have a lot of compassion for people where they're coming from when they first start dance, and I always try to provide a lot of support if I'm talking with someone that's new, you know, and tell them about my journey, and that tends to help like show that like, oh yeah, I've come this far in like a year or year and a half or whatever of showing up.
Showing up consistently.
Showing up pretty consistently. Yeah. Except during the summer, that was hard because it was like going to things
summer.
every weekend and moving around.
Love it, and kind of that summertime, man. I'm kind of like not wanting it this year for some reason.
I'm a little scared that I'm gonna go to too many things again.
No, you can make it how you want it.
I know.
And I hear you. I'm always very grateful come fall time. I'm like, yes, routine after a summer of just like absolute expansion and
so good.
Not much consistency.
Yeah. How could you be consistent when you're that expanded? I mean, truly.
Well, you know, you could have a routine.
Yeah. Routine. Well, and that's what we try to develop in fall and winter. Truly, I believe that is where we actually do our work, do our deepest work, and develop what works for us, what roots us, what grounds us. And then we, hopefully by the time summer comes, it's like second nature. Like for me, my practices that really root me, meditation, breath work, and even just 10 minutes of exercise minimum. If I can do more, that's cool too. More of any of that, that's cool. But as long as I can do that at some point in my day, that's, I feel like I've really, it's rooted in my heart. I feel like it's very clear that that's just something that's just part of me.
That's really inspiring. I've got the 2 out of 3 there. I don't have the exercise down yet. I've got to get that one.
Well, do you need it? I don't know. Like there's so many different ways that Silver and I, we always have such incredible conversations. And last night, I won't go into details, but it's like within my own body, sometimes I can feel just like a pit, like not a pit, but like a rock in my stomach or somewhere in my energy field. And the question is like, what do I need right now? Like you were saying, Mother Mary, about what do I need right? There's something I need. And sometimes that's exercise. Sometimes that's just doing something that feels good, cathartic, I don't know, or creative.
Some way to move the energy, whether
some way to move the
physical
energy
or mental.
Exactly. So maybe it's exercise, maybe you are doing that. It's always just a matter of just checking in with yourself.
So true. Yeah. Mary, I was curious to ask you about your relationship to music and what you're working on with any songwriting right now. I've heard some of your songs and have been so blown away by this like iconic nature that some of them have, and like I'm just curious if you're doing any songwriting right now.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. And I feel like you're one of my fans with music.
I'm such a fan.
Appreciate it. It makes a difference as a musician when there's people that again and again are like, I love your song, or like if you share something and they really give you like gratitude. So it means a lot. And I haven't felt too inspired since my respiratory system has been just feeling some allergy schmutz. I haven't been wanting to sing as much, but now that I'm at the tail end of it, I'm noticing that it feels like singing is actually one of the best things that I could do. So I've actually been playing my ukulele every night before bed. There's a song that was coming through a few weeks ago, and I've just been playing it again and again and again and again. I love music, and my journey with becoming a musician, or just stepping into that more, started when I was living on Kauai. I lived there for 4 years, and I was going to a kirtan every Sunday. And for those who don't know what kirtan is, it's like devotional chanting, oftentimes to Hindu deities, but any kind of devotional chanting is what I love to do with kirtans. And I was just like, wow, my voice, like we have these tools, these voices, and I hadn't really explored it much, so that just cracked me open and made me so excited. And then I got an ukulele and started toying around with it, and the first song that I ever wrote actually came through, I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I know that I was going through a hard time. And these words just started coming through, and I was trying to figure out what a chord was, and like just kind of tickling the strings, and this song came through, and it became an anchor for me, and it was so supportive for me during that time. And then I shared it with friends, and that also made me want to keep sharing because I could see it was helping them as well.
Wow.
And then continuing on the path, I've experienced journeys with grandmother ayahuasca, and she has had a way with me and most other people that I know who have sat with her, in which, you just feel inspired to sing and create, and especially through music. So that's kind of where it all started for me.
Beautiful journey.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'm curious to hear the new song when you're ready to share it.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I don't have my ook, otherwise I would.
Oh, that would have been great.
Yeah,
Always have
shoots.
Next time.
Next time.
I loved what you said about tickling the strings. It made me think of, and I don't want to go too far off of what we're talking about right now, but it made me think of this human, this hospice patient that I just recently started developing a relationship with, just like, visiting him and being excited about it. He's far out, like cosmically, and he said that his saying throughout his life has been, when you tickle the universe will tickle you back. And so I've been just thinking about that a lot.
That's good.
It's playful. It's like, so you said tickling the strings, and I was like, is it tickling you back? It sounds like it was, with the flow that was happening, and this channeling that you did with that song. It's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's so true. So true. When you tickle the universe, it tickles you back. Yeah. And the more aware you are of that experience happening, the more that you can be a part of it. It's kind of like with the earthing, going back to that, like, the more intentional you are about something, the more you get to interact with the experience,
That's such a good thing to remember with all that we do. Yeah.
It's like a prayer. It's like, when you were talking about earlier about like just connecting with the mullein, or connecting with whatever, the sage that we were burning earlier, it's like all just like a prayer of gratitude. We're accepting what we're receiving, and it's a reminder. It's one of those reminders. Ram Dass was talking about on a podcast, is we just like, you try to set yourself up with reminders everywhere. And Vaughn and I talk about this all the time, like remembering, and like, it's okay to forget, because the
joy of remembering again for the first time. That's why we say, forget tortillas. Remember tortillas. And then forget them, and then remember them again. Like you never knew them. It's fun.
Is there anything that you've forgotten that you've remembered as of lately?
Wow. I mean, I'm sure nothing's really coming to mind. I feel like I continuously am remembering how important play is in my life. And I actually recently recognized it as a love language for me. If someone will play with me, I feel my heart just more open. And so that's one that I remember again and again every time I play.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Did you play a lot as a kid?
Oh my gosh. I loved being a kid, and I can still feel the joy that I had as a kid so alive in me. Like I feel the light of my childhood in me so alive.
You're really good at carrying that through. I've noticed.
Thank you.
I can really see it.
Yeah, thank you. I
beautiful.
appreciate that.
That's that pure light that we all just see coming through you, that we're all just like, so like, we're all just so like moths to a flame. We're just like, Mary, like like, can we just like bask in your light for just a moment here with you, and you let us in. Thank you for letting us in on that. And man, I love hearing this, that you feel it too, that you feel that child alive in you. And I wish I was, I don't even need to wish, because it's like we're playing now, but like I wish I was like 5 years old and we were all 5 years old or 7, and just like out in the forest, just making up our own fantasy land. Oh, that'd be so fun. We could still do that.
Indeed.
And we do sometimes.
Yeah, we do sometimes.
There are ways to get there.
Conscious growth convergence. That felt kind of like that.
There's going to be another one this year.
I'm excited. I'll be there.
What are some festivals coming up this summer that the two of you are excited about? If there's anything that pops into mind.
Oregon Country Fair, always.
Oh yeah, a standard.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It takes
that.
over the first part of July. It's all about fair.
Yes.
Can't think about anything else.
Oh my good goddess. It fuels me.
Fair is like a goddess that is just like. I've had to set some boundaries with her because she's like
the goddess.
She's like this fiery hot girlfriend that I just want to spend all my time with. And then my life was in shambles after one of them. How did I get here? Oh, it's because she taught me a lot that fair. Come on down to the country fair. It doesn't it sounds so like it's gonna be like animals and blue ribbons, and no, it's not that kind of country fair.
No.
I'm so excited for country fair. I'm first year gonna work it.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna have the whole fam. Silver's gonna be on the chocolate booth.
Chocolate.
Oh my god.
Come see Pure Love Chocolate in Xanadu, Oregon Country Fair.
Yes, and
with the new chocolate cart, and you will be
Cascadia Snow Cones crew in Xanadu as well.
Shout out to the Snow Cones.
Xanadu's gonna be popping.
And Dance Pavilion. See you at Sunday morning ecstatic dance in the Dance Pavilion, Xanadu.
Xanadu. What's your Xanadu?
What you gonna Xanadu about it?
What you gonna say?
Oh, here's a question.
That's so good.
What's one of your favorite little nooks at fair to hang out in? Like a little spot that you like to go in the magical realm of fair when it's happening.
You have one?
Yeah, I have found myself by the piano.
I was thinking of the piano parlor. That is a popular one.
Yeah.
It's a special zone.
Yeah.
You can lay under the piano, I heard.
Yeah, Ray was laying under, somebody was doing a Grateful Dead cover, and Ray was just laying there resting because we're so hot and tired, and just seeing him just melting under the piano with Grateful Dead playing on top. I was just like, wow, this is
cool.
so good.
Yeah, those are those moments.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's just so perfect.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's just so perfect.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm thinking about the Xanadu area. There's like the water station tree area, hanging out under there to beat the heat. When I'm thinking about that, because it was like Silver, Travis, I think it was just us three, maybe one more person. We were hanging out in there, like catching up, and eventually saw Russell and Mariah, and we just had this wild ride of silly, freestyle rapping and
that's how it
questions.
Works with them.
Yeah,
that's how it works with them.
It's one of my favorite memories. Yeah, it's so special. So that spot's got it. What's
Shout
yours?
out to Russ and Mariah.
Yes, shout out. We haven't shouted out to them.
Mine is actually not so much a nook, but it's just an area that I love, and that's backstage at Main Stage with Video Crew. That's my crew, and like we're producing the live stream and recordings for all the daytime performances at Main Stage, and that's just like so fun to be there. And we have people that bring amazing video equipment. I bring some of it too, and like it all gets connected together, and then we got like camera operators and running around doing like handheld shots on the stage, and it's just really fun. Live switching and all that.
Yes.
So that's actually my favorite place to be. And last year I had to split my energy between the chocolate booth and the video crew, and boy did that split my energy because the chocolate booth was a behemoth. They put us in a temporary like full large food booth that someone wasn't occupying that year, so it required a lot of setup and checking in on things. And so this year it's going to be a lot simpler because we'll have a little chocolate cart, just a little magic chocolate cart that we found out in Manzanita.
Aww.
And it was previously a hot dog stand.
Oh my gosh.
for this really cute old couple, and like it was very popular in the area, and so it's got good vibes already. It was like made in the 30s, like it's all wood.
Whoa.
Ow.
Amazing. Yeah, and we're gonna adapt it for a chocolate. So
That's special.
yeah.
What about chocolate shaped hot dogs? Wait, no, hot dog shaped chocolate.
We'll have to get that. It has to be juried in through the food committee, so we'll put that through, and I'm sure they'll approve it.
Vegan, of course.
Yeah. confusing, of course.
I'm so confused.
I'm getting a lot of weird visuals right now. Just imagining
just a
all
chocolate
kinds
on
of
a
things.
in a bun.
That's really the purpose of this podcast, is weird visuals.
Let us just paint an image in your mind.
Yeah. It's make it strange.
Yeah.
Make it strange.
Make it strange.
I really appreciate, that's something I loved about the first few podcasts that y'all released. It's like this combination of depth and like testimony to your level of awareness through some of the things that you're touching on, and the eloquence with what you're speaking, which you're speaking, and though incorporating the weird and the silly. Like I love weird. That's another one of my love languages. It's just like, yeah, being able to just be relaxed enough in yourself to just let yourself be weird.
It's about getting free and staying free. And that's, and letting the weird come through in whatever way that wants to come through. And the play. It's about being free. That's what's so great. It's like, how can we drop those barriers to that like true internal freedom? And then that reflects out, and people, it gives them, we're all reminding each other. It's like we're helping remind each other to play and to be free and to like not be blocked by things. Yeah.
Boom.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Yeah, I can't help thinking about like, those blockages that lives inside all of us, and its origins being usually from childhood, from parents or from external conditions, culture, and it's a lot of it can be a lot of work. I can attest that it's a lot of work to get those blockages figured out.
It's an ongoing process.
It's an ongoing process. Even when you get relieved of it, it's a pattern that comes back, and so it's continually like, oh, there's that pattern again. Like it comes on, you recognize it, and you refer to your tools. You what do you have in your tool belt to help you relieve yourself again and relax that tension, relax your racing thoughts. And I don't know, I'm really curious for you, Mary, like what was your childhood like? If you can put it in a sweet little cupcake. No, not cupcake, nutshell. If you could put your childhood in
a cake shell.
What would it taste like?
Squirrel.
I was thinking squirrels.
Really?
Well, yeah, I was thinking
Nutshell?
squirrels. Yeah, nutshells invoke that. Yeah.
Oh man.
What was your childhood like? What were the conditions and environment?
Grew up in Portland, Oregon, in a small neighborhood with a cul-de-sac, boundary street. We had a creek in our backyard, and I spent so much time playing in the creek. And we had great climbing trees across the street, so I'd play with Gus and Nick climbing trees.
Shout out,
yo, wherever you are. I don't know these days. Very, very playful. I played a lot of sports, which I'm very athletic. I love sports and team stuff. I'm the youngest of 3, older brother, older sister, mom, dad. We are blessed to have a beach house in Seaside, Oregon, so we would spend most of our weekends in Seaside, Oregon, and just so much play when I think of my childhood. And then as far as family dynamics goes, it's getting a little bit more personal, which I feel open to sharing to an extent. My dad worked and my mom stayed home, and dad would come home and watch TV and drink a scotch. Still does. Love you, Dad. I feel like we didn't do a whole lot of like family connecting. It was really just like living under the same roof, and we were so provided for. We had all the food and stuff, but as far as like feeling this deep sense of like, I've got you, I have your back. And
wow,
you know, like the deeper layers, like that wasn't really there. And so for me, I think that's part of why I am how I am now, which is very communal, is because I was knocking on all my neighbors' doors. If I knocked, I often would just walk in and say, hey, can I have some cereal? And like ride the neighbors' dogs. And like everybody on that cul-de-sac became my friend. And same with at the beach house, 8th Avenue, I became an honorary Hoyer. They welcomed me into their family. Huge shout out to the Hoyers. They really are important in my life and my story. So yeah, very communal. And yeah, do you have any like specific questions or?
I'm just feeling so much gratitude for your share, the vulnerability that you just tapped into, and you just let us in on something really special, and I just love receiving it, and I love hearing about your upbringing, your past, what's made you you right now, because you're so incredible, gorgeous, perfect. It's just really amazing to, at a young age, recognize what you were missing in your family dynamic, in your household, and then have the wherewithal to go out and seek it out, find it in your neighborhood. I just don't know where you got that from. That's incredible. And I feel so much relatability to what you shared about the family dynamics, and also a child or family of 3 siblings. I'm the youngest of the 3, oldest brother, next one sister, and stay-at-home mom, and dad who worked so hard that he could just only come home and watch TV and fall asleep on the couch. So I get that, and so then I'm just so amazed and impressed by how your response to that was. It's just so beautiful. So beautiful.
Thank you.
And anyone listening too, it's never too late to find that within yourself. Find that golden nugget that can fuel you finding your community.
Yeah.
Which is a need.
I feel like it's this something you were tapped into very early on, was this deep desire for the village.
Oh yeah, so strong.
That I feel like all 3 of us share, and a lot of us share.
Yeah.
It's a natural human thing, I think, to want to be in the village.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's beautiful. And of course there's I can sense, like in all of us, when we don't get our needs met, there's hurt there. You know, and so that's stuff we have to work through. Even if we do go out into the world on our own and find that like new chosen family, it still always comes back around of like, shoot, I haven't called my dad in like 3 weeks. I need to do that, you know, like it's so interesting with the family system. I mean, you just got back from
I just got back from a week with my parents, and it
Yeah.
reminded me that no, I am not enlightened
I
yet.
hear
The Ram
that
Dass
happens.
quote.
You were close.
Yeah.
You were really close.
No, I didn't think that I was anyway, but it's just a good reminder that no, you're not.
Yeah.
But no, it ended up really sweet on the end. But in the beginning, I was like, oh my God, what did I sign up for? I'm here for a week, and just like having to adapt to different energetics, and like just being. I didn't want to like be retreating the whole time, you know, like I wanted to really like maximize the time with them. They're in southern Utah now. So this is my second trip to visit them, but my first trip, that was like a week. And so it was really cool. We went to Zion Canyon, and that was incredible. And they showed me around all their favorite places. But there was some work to be done internally in that process. And there was some relationship stuff that was coming up, and like some things that were revealed to me more clearly. And so I just was working with that and letting that unfold And there was parts where I was like, what did I sign up for? Why am I here? But then there was like, oh, I know why I'm here, and this is good. And then it really ended sweetly. Like, yeah, I feel like there's some healing that happened between my dad and I. That was unspoken. It was just like a unspoken kind of healing of accepting each other more deeply. I feel like we have a tendency to kind of rub each other the wrong way for whatever reason, like personality dynamics or something like that. So yeah, it was just a really nice unfoldment of that process, and continuing to show up for it and let it deepen and not run from it is the key.
Yeah, and maximizing the most of your time. Like you said, it's not every day that you're seeing your family. I had an experience like that recently as well, and I'm like, well, I could do the things I know I love, like go rollerblade and just like, you know, but then I'm like, I'm here with my family, and it's not every day this happens. And yeah, there is a lot of like pain and hurt and wounds that we need to work through, especially like the generation of my parents, which is probably close to both of yours, is, you know, they were doing the best that they could.
Oh yeah.
And we've worked through a lot of the pain that was caused, even on their behalf, from the pain that they felt from their parents, etc. That intergenerational line. But now here we are with our level of awareness, and yeah, it feels really important to make little steps toward having more heart connection, but not expecting for them to be there.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah.
Just meeting people where they're at.
Right. And finding more peace within about, you know, maybe them doing the best that they could, which wasn't exactly what we wanted or needed. So, yeah. I just want to say, thriving family dynamics. These words have been in my head for years, and I don't know what, I mean, obviously it means what it means, but like, I feel like these words want to be something. I don't know if it's like a course or like something like that, but just thriving family dynamics just is a pillar thing that keeps coming back. So I just wanted to say it out loud.
Sounds like a mantra.
TFD.
It sounds like a mantra.
Yeah.
You know, you have your family. That's where I'm like, there's a part of me that wants to continue this thread, and then there's a part of me that's like, okay, like how are you seeing that, you know, with all that information and that healing that you've done intergenerationally, like how is that coming through now as being a mother to Sweet Ray? I don't know if that's like a too broad of a question, or if you want something more specific there. There's a spider on your mic.
Oh, I just saw that.
It's really
on the top.
cool. We got a friend. We got a small
special guest spider joining us here on the podcast. On the orange mic.
Welcome.
Spider on the orange mic.
Spider on the orange mic.
Weaving the webs.
What brought you here?
Family dynamics. He's
a little distracting. I mean, it all comes back to community, I think. I just feel like community is, I'm realizing more and more, it's just one of the highest important things in my life. One of the things that I value more than anything. And I think that that's part of why Ray is who he is because he's been raised within multiple different communities in which I do my part. I take care of him. I love him. I do great. I have a good influence on him. Yes. And the aunties and uncles that have impacted him. Like he's so loved and so held and receiving so much guidance from so many different people with so many different skills. So yeah, I think that it's really important that, you know, that Sean Bon Bon does all the tech stuff. Not all the tech stuff, but like I don't want to do that. So I'm so grateful that you do. You
Sometimes
love
I
it.
wish I didn't do it because it drives me crazy.
Oh, shit.
The tech stuff. There's,
Your dharma.
but no, it is my dharma. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I continue to. Most of my life is just coiling cords, wrangling cords, plugging things in, organizing equipment,
And then holding your arm like this for a while.
holding the camera forever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
oh man.
continue to do it because I can't help it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just drawing so much wisdom and inspiration from what you're sharing, because I feel like the last year of my life has actually been in preparation to one day become a father. Honestly, I mean, having met Silver, it was like so clear, like that is a mama, and you know, and I'm now in training, you know, and so we actually think about that. It's on the forefront of our minds, like with the decisions we make in our day, the things we're putting in our body, the energy that we allow into our house. It's as if there's a newborn baby in there.
Wow.
That's
I didn't
what
realize
we've
it was
realized that
at that level. That's amazing. I love that.
It's developed a lot, and you know, it's really gotten me. It's inspired me to clean up my game, clean my stuff up, and yeah, and so and then a community. I'm thinking about a saying I've heard recently that immunity is community. And that makes me also think of just like you're only as strong as the community around you is, as your connection to the community around you. That's, you know, we can't do this on our own. We need Sean to do what he does. We need Mary to do what you do, and everyone to play their role and follow their bliss, because that's where they're going to find their strengths that they can contribute to the community, and stay true to your inner nature, you know, because that's perfect. That's all we need, is you to just be fully you. And so community is immunity, or immunity is community. It's just yeah, that's what I'm hearing from that. I'm also thinking about Aldous Huxley's book Island.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh
Yeah.
the whole piece about like education and the way they raise children.
So good.
Oh my gosh. I know it. You and I both Tom Robin fans. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But what I really wanted to relate to what you shared was the piece where they have multiple families. The kids have multiple families, like that they go visit regularly and stay with, and have like a whole different set of chores. It's like making me think about how I grew up with only one set of perspective, and that was from my mom and my dad. And that, you know, limits. It's really limiting. So hearing Ray having this knowledge, all these different perspectives that he's just imbibing all the time, and then, you know, of course, deciding for himself what resonates, is making him such a whole human, diverse human. It's powerful. It's really powerful. So that's all Ohl's thoughts over here.
Ohl, I feel like you've been on fire on this podcast.
This has been the best podcast of my life.
I am so impressed with your questions and the way that you're just bringing your energy into this. I mean, I feel like this. Yeah, I'm just really. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I love you, brother.
Love you too.
Yeah, I'm feeling really great. And I love you too, Mary.
And Mary, oh my goodness.
I love you.
Mary, this is the best podcast yet.
This is it.
And it's because Mary's here, and it's a round table.
We'll only do round table from now on.
And it's blue sky.
And it rained out of a blue sky at the beginning of it.
That was magical.
That was straight up magic.
Yeah. Once I stopped worrying about my equipment.
That's what I was.
You didn't seem too worried.
I wasn't too worried. I was like, I got a thing for it.
I'm prepared. I got the thing.
We got the picture of Mary with the coat over the mic. Yeah, that's good.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of which, I'm going to take a quick picture right now.
Okay. Quick pic, okay.
Quick pic. Yeah. Oh. Beep. What did that mean?
That means the file just got split. This happened last time. Remember when there was the beep last time?
Yeah,
I think it's the recorder's way of telling us, like, maybe you guys could wind it down.
I felt like we could find a wind down. I mean,
Sure.
Kind of feels like it's happening.
Naturally,
Yeah.
you know, energy levels are pointing that direction. How long have we gone?
We got a little over an hour.
That's perfect.
Mhm.
That's really. I
Time
think
check.
people only have
If
about
you're
an hour to listen to
If you're
us.
still listening, thanks for being here with us on this magic
Oh.
carpet ride. It's been lovely here on the round table at Bon Bon's Nook.
It's been so sweet. What a
It's
time
been really
warp.
total time warp. And
Yeah,
a time
what?
capsule.
Over an hour already?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are some, you have any thoughts, any final things you want to say or things you're excited about?
I mean, I feel like 100,000 things just came into my head when we
Wow.
started landing the ship. Not 100,000, but like
That's how it works.
10. Like,
We'll do this again.
Yeah,
There'll be more.
for
Plenty more.
sure. I guess for now, something that just popped in is the importance of really listening. And, you know, I feel like it's so easy to hear people talking and start thinking about our response and all of that. And just, it's really special what happens when we really listen and when we can take deep breaths and feel when it's our turn to talk and when we are to be the vessel to speak the next thing. You know, it's just really important to listen.
Wow.
Listen to each other, listen to ourselves and our hearts and our bodies. And yeah, just listen.
I love that you said that.
I want to cry right now.
Yeah,
It's
that's so
gorgeous.
beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, honeys.
Well, I've struggled with that a little bit on this podcast, to be honest. Like, if you go back in time, you'll see where I get excited when it's someone that's like a friend that's on or something. I get really excited and I start interrupting because I'm so excited to share my things. But I've been, especially in this one and previous ones, I've been practicing really allowing that space like you described. It's so helpful to hear it articulated that way too. It's just a great reminder.
Yeah.
I truly, truly believe that we need more spaces where we can practice that. Because I think that just regular conversation, like we're so tuned, it's so like ingrained in us how we do that. So I believe that there needs to be more intentional spaces created where people can just like practice listening and speaking from the heart.
Absolutely.
And that's what we do. That's what I feel like I do that quite often and get so much benefit out of that, where it's like, all right, you have the talking stick. No one can interrupt you and no one's going to. Like, what wants to come up? Well, you have this space and yeah, there's a lot I could say about all of that. So, but I don't want to go too much into another rabbit hole with you guys right now. So beautiful though.
So the ornate, magical Bon Bon's Nook carpet is now on the ground. It's the flying carpet.
Whew.
And
What a ride.
we've covered a lot of ground today.
It's what you get for flying.
Yeah, flying the friendly blue skies on the magic carpet.
Thanks for being our captain.
Yeah.
Anytime. I'm just here. I mean, I feel like the two of you really ran this, but I'm here to provide the tortilla container and the technology.
I think the tortilla ran this one.
Oh, what?
I don't
I mean,
know.
the tortilla-shaped
It was
table.
a tortilla-shaped table. My thoughts felt tortilla-shaped. I forgot to mention that.
Okay,
Weather-
you're creating more weird visuals. Brother.
That's the whole
Simmer down
purpose.
now.
We're going to have a weird visuals coloring book that you can download a PDF of this
Tortilla
podcast.
tables.
I'm thinking right now, I'm visualizing, replace a black hole with a tortilla,
Okay.
and then around is like galaxies. And,
Oh, yeah, I love
and
it.
just like, I'm
love it.
feeling like I want to color right now.
I mean, that's maybe what we need to do next. Is a little coloring session after the podcast.
Epic, man. It's epic.
I've got to trim these grapes, though. I mean, they're going to get going really crazy. So I think that's my next
They're
thing.
so yummy. I can't wait until they fruit.
It's perfect because they take over when the blueberries are done. So it's like such a nice transition. Like, oh, the blueberries, I'll see you next year. And then the grapes are like, hi,
There
grapes
you
are
go.
here.
Hey.
Aw, I love you, nature.
Yeah,
it's so
nature knows
good.
its timing.
Yeah.
Knows its timing better than any feeble human mind. Yeah.
Well, Mary, thanks again. I hope
Thank
this is
you.
the first of many more podcasts that you join.
Yeah, this is fun.
So fun.
Super fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I notice I'm like refining it in my mind. I'm like, how could it be even better? Like directing the conversation or keeping it more focused or more yada yada. So it's,
I
yeah.
think you were incredible.
Oh,
I think
gosh.
you were an
Thank
absolute
you.
natural.
Thank you.
Such a natural.
Absolute natural.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is coming from two professionals at this
I
point.
mean, we are certified podcast
We're
professionals.
Verified, certified,
Yeah.
bonafide.
And if you have any thoughts,
Mhm.
leave them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
If you have any
And
non-thoughts, put them in the
if
comments.
you have any feelings, thoughts, movements, non-thoughts, we're just here to get silly,
We're
really,
here to
and
get
remind each
silly.
other.
So fun. So sweet. We come in peace. And we go out in peace.
And we go out in peace. Love you. See you next time.
Love you.
Bye. Love you.
Bye.
Ho, ho.
I hope.
Ciao.